What's up, everyone? I am Toku Tyler, and today I'm going to be talking Power Rangers Beast Morphers Episode 4, Digital Deception. I like this episode. I honestly did. It was pretty good. And was it my favorite? No. But this episode had a situation I knew would happen eventually. Ravi, and Roxy sort of meeting up again, Roxy's avatar, that is, and him being tricked into thinking Roxy's avatar has some good left in her, or Roxy's avatar actually having feelings for Ravi. Obviously, it was the former of the two, but I'm glad we got to see it, and it is something I expected to happen eventually, but maybe not this soon. But it was good to see it either way. So anyway, let's get into the episode. We begin the episode at Grid Battle Force, where Ben and Betty are going down a hallway with Valentine's Day gifts for the Rangers. So it's Valentine's Day, a bunch of fans of the Rangers have sent them gifts, and Ben and Betty are in charge of delivering them, apparently. And as they are walking the cart down the hallway, the two of them notice a bee on some of the flowers that Betty is holding. They don't want to get stung, obviously, so they start running or trying to swat it, and then the bee starts to chase them naturally around the the hallway and everything. It's kind of, it did make me laugh. It was kind of funny. It's the usual, oh, there's a bee, let's not get stung. But I'm very neutral when it comes to Ben and Betty right now, so it's, I don't know. It was funny, but anyway, let's move on. Meanwhile, Ravi visits Roxy's stasis pod with a rose because it's Valentine's Day, and remembers when they were together last year on Valentine's Day. Ravi then says that he misses her and that he'll do anything to get her back. So, and also last year they were not Rangers and they were still together. I just wanted to make that clear. But anyway, this is the very reason for what happens later on in the episode. He'll do anything to get her back, and he it makes him think that maybe Roxy is still inside her avatar deep down somewhere, but that's not really the case, we find out. But anyway, in the cyber dimension, Roxy says that she has all her human memories, even as an avatar. Scrozzle tells her that she remembers because she is a digital copy of Roxy. She then comes up with this idea. Roxy tells Evox that since it's Valentine's Day, she thinks that Ravi is missing her and even loved her once. Roxy adds that she is planning to bring Ravi over to their side and turn him into an avatar. Evox thinks that another ranger could bring enough Morph-X to help him get back to Coral Harbor. Evox tells Roxy that it had better work, and Roxy guarantees him that it will, with an evil grin. So she's going to use Ravi's love for Roxy to trick him, it seems. So anyway, we then see Nate walking around town, and he starts to look at some flowers. So Nate's out and about doing some errands, as he says later on, but we see him looking at flowers, probably for someone because it's Valentine's Day. Roxy teleports nearby and prepares the Evox virus to create Shoveltron from a construction vehicle. The Robotron starts to attack everyone, including Nate, and Nate kind of gets grazed by one of the blasts. His sleeve gets kind of ripped. And when Nate loses the flowers he was looking at, he hides and tries to contact Grid Battle Force. At Riptide Gym, Devon and the others are contacted by Commander Shaw about the disturbance downtown, that they need to check it out, and also that they need to check it out. The Rangers run straight to the attack and fight the Robotron out of suit, which is, again, it's really nice to see the actors actually moving around, doing the stunts and everything. It's very cool. As they fend off the Tronics and go for the Robotron, Roxy trips Ravi and making him land on the ground, like fall to the ground. As Shoveltron is about to attack Ravi, Roxy steps in front to save him. This makes Ravi think she did not want him to get hurt, that she did this to protect him. This leads to Ravi telling the Rangers that she might still be good somehow. Back at Grid Battle Force, Nate is scolded for leaving the base without protection and is told to never leave without a buddy, so he's assigned to the buddy system. He can't leave without someone else to help protect him, to keep him safe. And she says he's too important to their mission. And I kind of understand that because, I mean, Nate did make all their technology and will still be needed in the fight against Evox as it continues. So he made the Zords, he made the weapons, the Morphers, he found the Morph-X energy, like he he created all this stuff. So if he's out and about on his own and he gets hurt or worse, everything's kind of ruined, and Evox might actually win. But Nate thinks this decision is kind of unfair, and it kind of is. Maybe. I don't know, because he doesn't really want to tell them why he was out and about, because we'll learn that later on, why he was looking at flowers. Afterwards, Devin, Zoe, and Nate all tell Ravi that he shouldn't trust Roxy's avatar. She might be up to something. He doesn't want to hear this, so he goes to the place where they met, this fountain in a park. At the fountain, Ravi is surprised to see Roxy's avatar walk up to him. She tells him all about how she has been trying to break Evox's control and that she needs something from Grid Battle Force to do it. She needs one of the neural aligners, parts of the morphing machine in episode 1, the thing that created the avatars in the first place. Once he gets this for her, they will be together again, Roxy says. So Ravi then talks to Nate at Grid Battle Force about if the neural aligner could reverse the avatar process, and Nate says it could work in theory, but it would take a long time to test it. So, with Nate not looking, Ravi puts one of the devices in his bag and walks right out the front doors of Grid Battle Force without anyone suspecting him. So he did something bad. He stole from Grid Battle Force, but he wants to do it to save his girlfriend, but she will trick him. But I don't know. I mean, if it turns out that she was actually gonna be fixed by doing this, then he was justified in doing it, but we know that she's trying to trick him, but that's why he did it in the first place, because he wants Roxy back. Anyway, back at the fountain, Roxy is waiting for Ravi. He arrives with the neural aligner, which Roxy then takes from him and hooks it up to Scrazzle's computer. Ravi still thinks this is the process to help turn her good again. This is when Shoveltron holds Ravi back, and Roxy reveals her plan to Ravi so that they can be together again by turning him into an avatar. So he was tricked. He was tricked. He finds out that she was lying the whole time just to trick him, and now he's in trouble. So the neural aligner activates to hold Ravi in place, and then the Evox virus starts loading through the tube to turn Ravi into another avatar. And I honestly wanted to see what that avatar would look like. I really wanted to see him turn into an avatar just to see what it looks like, but we know it wasn't going to happen. He's a ranger. We're not going to let this actually happen to him because it would kind of be permanent till they defeat his avatar, but I just wanted to see it. I was curious. But anyway, the neural aligner gets shot down by the other rangers. They rescue Ravi and morph to fight Shoveltron. Roxy's plan is ruined, but Evox tells her to grab the neural aligner and bring it to him. She grabs it before teleporting away, and so she now has a piece of tech from Grid Battle Force for Evox to use. Devin takes on the Tronics, while Zoe and Ravi fight Shoveltron. But Scrazzle decides to launch a Gigadrone early, so Devin defeats the last Tronic and calls for his Racer Zord. The Racer Zord transforms into battle mode and begins knocking Shoveldrone back multiple times from the tower. When Shoveldrone begins launching missiles, Devin regroups with Cruz and transforms the Racer Zord into its Cheetah mode to get closer. And finally, we get the Cheetah mode. I love this Zord. The Red Zord is my favorite of the three. I love the Cheetah mode. I think it's so cool how it can switch between car and animal. I want that Zord so much, and we now have Cheetah mode in the show, and it's so cool. He's so awesome. Meanwhile, the Blue and Yellow Rangers continue fighting against Shoveltron. Zoe decides to do a sneak attack, and it works. She goes behind Shoveltron, and attacks him from the rear. The Racer Zord transforms back into its battle mode, and Devin summons the Cheetah Beast Blaster to finish off Shoveldrone permanently, while at the same time, Blue and Yellow finish off Shoveltron permanently with their Beast X blasters. So it's a really cool shot with the giant robot in the distance and the normal size robot in front, like at ground level, and the red Megazord destroys the big one, and Blue and Yellow destroy the small one at the same time. It was just a really, really awesome shot. In the cyber dimension, Scrazzle and Evox began talking about a plan using the neural aligner with Blaze and Roxy eavesdropping. Evox tells Scrozzle to start gathering the materials needed for the plan, and that he won't stand for any more delays. Evox ends up stating that the first thing he will do when he returns to Earth is destroy Grid Battle Force. So Evox and Scrozzle are putting together a plan to actually free Evox from the cyber dimension. He will be free and he'll return to Earth. So this is, I mean, Roxy and Blaze are probably all for this, but the fact that Scrozzle is the only one that Evox is talking to about it kind of has them on edge. Back at Grid Battle Force, Ravi sits next to Roxy's pod again and tells her that he thought he could save her even though he failed. He thought he could save her finally, but he's sad. But Devin and Zoe come in to check on him, and he apologizes for failing to listen to their warnings before. And they forgive him, and they're all nice again. They're a team again, and he's learned his lesson not to trust the avatars. They're not the actual people anymore. They're just copies. So the two forgive him and tell Ravi that they will bring the real Roxy back one day. They have to defeat her avatar, but she will be back one day, and that reassures him, and everything's happy again. And as they are walking in the hallway, Zoe receives flowers from a secret Valentine, revealed to be Nate. So he peeks his head in from one of the other hallways and sees Zoe with the flowers. So he was nearby, so we now know that that's what he was up to in town. And Commander Shaw approaches the team and tells them that they have a truckload of Valentine's Day gifts and that they need to unload them. Meanwhile, Ben and Betty continue to try to catch the bee that they're after, and they end up in their own trap. They're in, I think it's fly paper. It's the sticky paper that they put up to catch the bee, but they end up getting stuck in it. So, plus another bee lands on Betty, so now there's two bees, and now they're stuck, and the team sees Ben and Betty caught in their trap, and then they start laughing, and both of the bees leave out the front door, and that's how we end the episode. So, once again, Ben and Betty are in a sticky situation, I think you would say. So, sorry, that was a bad joke. Anyway, so that's episode 4. I like the plot for sure, mainly because I knew it would happen eventually. Plus, we now have Nate with a crush on Zoe. I mean, I can't blame him, but at the same time, I don't think Commander Shaw would approve of that. Nate's not technically a ranger, but I don't think she would want two people in her organization dating. I don't know. Same goes for rangers, so I think that's why the rule exists, but I guess we will see what happens. And also, if Evox does find a way to return to Earth, that could be very, very bad. I want to see what he is able to do, because all we've seen him do so far is just come out of the computer machine. We don't really know what he can do. Can he just control technology all over the place? Probably. So I'm excited. I want to see so much more. I really am loving the series. I can't get enough of it. I'm so proud to have a good Power Ranger season back, finally. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching this video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit that bell to be notified of future videos. And may the power protect you.